Good afternoon.
Hello, you lied to me. I actually had a minute. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good morning.
Hello, Blue. How are you today?
Good. Thank you, Tony. How are you?
I am wonderfully awake and ready for the day.
Fabulous. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I sound like I'm shouting a bit, guys, it's probably because I'm trying to get you to hear me because I'm actually losing my voice.
Been there, done that. Know how that goes.
Yes. So Vlogmas hasn't quite gone the way that I had planned to be this year. Because I'm now recovering from the lurgy that I had, which literally dropped me like a rock.
It does. Yes.
It did. It absolutely did.
I decided I gave it to you through internet waves.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, I'm sharing, right?
Yeah, that kind of sharing is not caring.
Oh, no, it's caring. I'm making sure you have it like I do.
Oh, thanks for that. Because, does it sound like I should be doing this? Or recording videos?
No, you shouldn't.
No.
Now you sound like a frog that's dying.
I
That was
know.
wonderful.
I sound like a 13-year-old boy whose voice is breaking.
Yeah, you do, actually. Hi, everybody.
Okay, so who we got in chat? We've got Going Slowly Nowhere. Hello, my darling. Dawn over at New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus. And Nat over at our Urban Homestead. And Ashley, hello, from Ashley's Allotments.
The stalker is here.
Yes. Hello. Okay. So we've got a couple of things to discuss today.
I can already tell how this is going to go. So go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So we do have a couple of things to discuss. Obviously, there is what is programmed to be here, which is a Pinterest Christmas realistic?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. But there is a little topic that Tony and I felt that was rather important to discuss, actually, especially during this time of goodwill to all men and women and everybody in between. Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that Tony's been doing on his, when he was doing the Thursday night lives, he was getting to know different content creators and YouTube channels and stuff like that. One of the questions he asks is, what's the most important thing that's been most important to you from YouTube? And from what I have worked out and what I've witnessed in those questions, the biggest answer has been community.
A very large portion. I think I've done 22 of them, and almost everybody, if not everybody, has said the YouTube community.
Yes. Yeah. And that is because at the end of the day, we wouldn't be sitting here doing this if it wasn't for you guys and if it wasn't for the community and the friends that we've made and our supporters, whether you create content yourselves or not, yeah, like Dawn says, for me, that even if only one person got something from a video, that's been my thing all the way along. As long as one person got something, that meant something to me. It made it worthwhile for me because that is what I do, is I help the one person, because if I look at the bigger picture, everything gets too big and I start falling.
I think sorry, I have to take this. Give me just
okay. So when we hear of other content creators who actually mean a lot to us, who have been a huge support to us, that have been bullied by other content creators to the point where they're considering giving up on life, that hurts. That really, really hurts. And to me, it's disgraceful behavior. There's no need for it. You know, it's shows a side of, you know, content creating that is absolutely out there, but it's such a toxic environment as well. If you get into that, like if that happens to you, because it can be incredibly toxic as well. And there are people out there that will target your channel just because they're jealous of something you're doing, or because they don't like the color hair you've got, they don't like what size you are, they don't like the fact that you're a woman doing men's things or a man doing women's things.
Oh, ask me how I know that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, you know, so when we hear about people who are being targeted by people in their own niche genre, that's pure jealousy. But
it is jealousy. I agree 100%.
Absolutely jealousy.
But there's a tinge of hatefulness behind it as well. Sorry. I couldn't think of the word, but that is the best word right there.
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely the most hateful thing that you can do. And to do it publicly as well.
Right.
You know, so that person's channel goes nowhere.
Here's the plain and simple of the way I look at it. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's cool.
I don't know where my cut-in point is, so sorry. I apologize.
That's cool. Whenever.
Excuse me. You will find me muting out because I'm coughing still. Anyways,
that's okay.
The problem I have is the plain and simple of it's one way or another. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think you hit on it really hard, because I think every channel has its own definition of what I'm about to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the one person? Is it a group of 25? Is it just my friends? Is it I want to explode out and be the number one, the top, the whatever? Okay. Every one of us have a different approach. At least content creators have an approach as to what that goal is. And for you, primarily for me, it's the one person. If I reach out and hit one person, if I help one person, if I show something to one person, we've done our job, and we're happy with that. Okay.
Absolutely.
The end point of that is it doesn't matter what that is for each individual content creator. You will be successful slowly, fastly, hit heavy, hit slow.
Yeah.
Lots of people, not lots of people. If you just continue whatever that goal is, at some point in time, you will become successful. So to gauge me against Blue, and I always defend it because I never want Blue, and she can attest to this.
Yeah.
Blue's journey in YouTube's a lot different than my journey in YouTube, but we have the same goal, and that's to help one person at a time. If that's all it takes, we're not doing this to be rich. We're not doing this for fame. We're not doing this for it. It's none of that. It's all about the one at a time. And even though we're moving differently, it doesn't change the fact that down to the minute atom and thought process of what started our YouTube channels, that's how we'll be successful.
Yeah.
So if one channel is tearing down another channel, that means they're not being successful. That means they're having to do what they have to make sure nobody else gets close to where they're at. That's the evilness behind it.
Yes.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
That was the best way I could explain
and it. I absolutely agree. And in saying that, I would like to say that the person who has been targeted, we are going to share with you. We're not going to share who's done it. Mm-hmm. Because this isn't about calling anyone out. What it is about is community helping community.
Right.
All right. Now, this person has an amazing channel. Mm-hmm. What this person doesn't know about gardening is not worth having. Honestly. You know, and they are a good human. Mm-hmm. like all of us, they have their opinions about things, and sometimes they voice them. But if you don't agree with that opinion, fine, cool, scoot to the next scene or the next bit that they're doing, or watch the next video, or go to something that, you know, is whatever. But you don't need to be arsey. So I'm actually going to share this person's page.
Did you just say don't be assy?
Yeah, don't be an ass.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify. That's what I heard come out of your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be a cockwomble.
All righty then.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this person's link is down in the description of this live. Okay. As you can see, at this point, they only have 221 subscribers. Can I just say, this guy, I honestly never seen anything like it. They grow the most incredible food. You know, they know what to do with it. And sure, they haven't got a lot of money behind them. They're just a normal everyday person, and they're doing the best that they can. But they're a good human being as well. Okay.
Right.
So for them to be attacked publicly for just doing what they're doing, because his premise is only just helping one person as well.
Right.
That's all he wants to do, is help one person. And if he can help one person grow food to help their families, that's all he cares about. Honestly. And he does foraging as well. This guy has made an 8-foot by 8-foot hugelkultur bed out of straw bales. I have never seen this done before, and it is brilliant. Right. It's absolutely incredible. So just go and watch him. Seriously, go and subscribe to him. Tell him we sent you if you want to, or don't. I don't care. Well, either way. But go and give him some love, because he really, really deserves it. Yep. Okay? Anywho.
I think the other thing that goes along with that as well is, and we talked about this, our time zones are different. My last night, her yesterday morning, whatever, but we talked about it recently. Claire just subbed in. So cool.
Awesome. Got to say hello to chat in a second. We will catch up with chat in a second.
Okay. Sorry. So what we talked about this in the last 24 hours, and one of the things that we do when we do at least one of the things I make sure that I ask everybody, and I also put it in my videos, and I know you do it, Blue, because I've seen and heard you do it. Is if you find content that you like, please consider subscribing. Okay.
Absolutely.
It's not about we're cramming all this stuff down people's throat. If you don't like what you see, there's a gazillion other channels to pick from out there. Okay. Yeah. We're hoping that you find something you like, a style, a food, a way of doing things, a way to grow things, a way to build things, a way to watch things, whatever it is, the genre or the niche is, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
And I got to call this out because it's right. Exactly what Smurfy just said. I follow people because I relate to them.
Yes.
Okay. The whole point is you finding somewhere you feel comfortable and you feel a part of. And if you don't, then don't. But it doesn't mean I like every single thing that Blue puts out, even though I like everything that Blue puts out. That my point is I don't have to like 100% everything you put out in order to support you and your channel.
No, that's absolutely right.
I don't even have to watch any of your videos or lives. I can still support you from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, we all put our pants on the same way, one leg at a time.
Well, you put a dress on, I don't, but there's the difference.
I have pants on under my dress. We don't do commando around here. It's winter, god damn it.
Yeah.
Damn, mate.
And don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on dental floss because I don't do that either. So.
Okay, we're going to very, very quickly catch up on chat. So we have.
That was my cue for everybody. That was my cue for me to shut up. That's what she was telling me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I hope you're feeling better than you sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes and goes.
Yeah. Hey, Smurfy. Hello, Helen. Yes, Froggy. Hi. Kenzie. Hello, darling. How you doing?
Which one is Kenzie?
Kenzie is Kenzie Plays. So if you're into gaming, if you're into Roblox, if you have kids that like Roblox, his is a channel to go and watch. He's Claire's son.
Oh, he's whose son?
Claire's.
Oh, Isaiah would love that. He's a Roblox kid.
Yeah.
So
go talk to Kenzie because Kenzie does modding for them as well, I think.
Okay, Kenzie Plays.
Yeah, Kenzie Plays. So Ashley's Allotment Adventures says, hello, darling, by the way. Hello, chicken. Community is important, but dead subscribers are no good for your channel. So to be clear, if you only have 10 subscribers that interact, then it's far better than having 200 subscribers that don't.
Ding, 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 ding,
There
ding.
is that. There is that part of it.
Yeah.
Claire says, on the dinosaur phone, but I'm here. And Dawn says, I got targeted by a YouTuber that everyone thinks is a wonderful, lovely person. They should see what they tried to do to me. I issued a lawsuit. That was the only way they stopped sending me horrific emails every day for months. What?
See, and I'm just going to say BS. That is BS is what that is.
That's not fair. We're not saying that you're talking BS, by the way, Dawn. We're saying that the situation is BS.
The person doing it is BS, not you. I'm glad you clarified that because I didn't think of it that way. So yeah. I'm talking about nobody should do that. If you got that much time, you have more time than most of us do. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's just crap. And what did Dawn do? Absolutely nothing.
No.
So.
No, Dawn is another one who's an amazing human. And I will support her every step of the way.
I've seen her be an amazing human through you. And so I know she is.
Like Smurfy says, there is space for everyone. No one needs to be jealous or belittle others. Exactly right. Because only 10% of channels get to 1,000 subscribers.
Really?
Let that sink in for a second. Only 10% of YouTube channels get to 1,000 subscribers.
So that means now everybody take that into context because I think that's a valid point.
Yeah.
If you have 100,000, a million people on YouTube.
Yeah.
That only means 100,000 of them are going to get to 1,000. That means majority of them are failing at hitting that 1,000 mark.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean that isn't their goal or is their goal or whatever, but the point is, end result, they're not reaching that milestone.
No, exactly. So, I mean, like I've been doing this for 5 years now?
Right.
I'm on, as of right now, I'm just checking because I don't know. You see,
I
don't check my numbers.
It's your channel. Check what you.
758.
Yay!
Now, my goal had been to get to 1,000 by my 50th birthday, which is the 2nd of January. Just so you know, okay?
Just
putting it out there, okay? So, but whether that happens or not, some minor miracle, I don't know, probably won't happen, And even if I do get to 1,000, I won't have 4,000 watch hours.
Right.
So they're the two things to get the next step of monetization. I am at the first step, which means that I can accept super chats and I can do memberships and I can do that kind of stuff.
Right.
But to get the AdSense stuff, I have to be at 1,000 with 4,000. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not in it for the money.
No.
This is the first time I've actually ever spoken about it. So, but
that's the comparison I was giving. What'd you say, 758? You've been doing it for how long?
Yeah. 5 years.
Mine is just hitting 2 years. I just checked my numbers before I got a hold of you this morning. I'm at 1492. I made away from 1500. Okay.
Yeah.
But our style is totally different. And it
Yes.
has been since we started. I do a lot of collaborations and I primarily do lives. Blue does more videos and it's one-on-one information she's putting out there. So it's a little different. We also know another channel who is big, who in less than 1 year had 10,000 subscribers. So
she went mental.
She went,
and that's cool and good for her because she's so totally.
Yeah, it's no harm, no foul to one or any of the three of us that we're talking about. It just happens differently for everybody.
Absolutely,
that's the point, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just scooch down chat. Annie says another thing to remember is you can't always believe what you see. A lot of big channels often put a fake persona plus happy families, etc., and they're totally opposite when not filming. Exactly.
I want to applaud that lady for making that comment because that is secondary to what we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't trust what you're watching is the reality of what's going on, because I am here to tell you, and Blue can attest to this, more times than not, you find a channel has one way of doing things on video and a whole different way of doing things in real life.
And this actually wraps into what our main conversation is supposed to be about today.
Right.
Okay. Ashley's also put in, Shed Wars killed my channel. Lots of subscribers from it, but no likes, comments. So in the new year, they will be gone, and I will be reworking my channel into gardening with disabilities.
Good for you. Change it into something positive.
Dude, anything that you need help-wise in anything, talk to me. You know how to get with me.
The other thing is too, and I want to throw this out there because you're a part of what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah.
On Friday nights, my whole goal is to have an interview with a channel, and it doesn't have to be new to me. It doesn't have to be old to me. It doesn't have to be a friend. It doesn't have to be somebody I don't know. I mean, that isn't the point. It's putting information out so people get to know a different channel from a different point of view. I am more than willing to put anybody that's on this in this side chat or Blue can vouch for, as well as myself, to bring them up.
Those of us in the UK, absolutely cool, but it's at 4 o'clock in the morning.
It is 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm throwing it out there as an offer. Just reach out to me. Hey, I'd love to be able to be on your show. Give me a date and specifically what day we're going to do it. I don't have issue with it. Specifically, and Ashley and Annette. I know enough. I'm okay with that. I want to promote, and even if it's not a live promotion, I have no problem promoting people out through my community tab as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
4 of Blue's subs are from my channels. Dawny, I've got news for you. 4 of yours on each of your channels are from my 4 channels.
And 3 of mine are
that.
So, it's how we roll, though. I mean,
it's how we roll. If we love you, we love you. So it doesn't matter what we're doing or whatever we're doing it. If you're coming live, we know.
One of my favorite sayings of yours, it's whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. She also says the important thing is to do your own thing on your channel, what you are about and what you enjoy. That right there. Because if this becomes a job and you don't love it anymore,
it isn't worth it.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
I agree. 100%.
Or find a way where you can do. If you really feel like it's your thing to do, find a way where it works for you. And if you have to work everything like Ashley is, then fine. That's cool too. But
now
I will make this very, 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 very clear. If I see anyone that I recognize belittling, putting down, bullying in any way, shape, or form, either anyone in my chat, my comments, or on other channels, or even on their own channel, and doing it publicly, I will not only report you, but I will unsubscribe from you.
Mm-hmm.
And I will walk away. And I don't care if you come chasing me. I don't care.
No.
Because the one good thing about being autistic and having ADHD is I can cut you off like that.
Yep. And she is so right, because we have
And
a
I
situation
will, because I will not have it.
We have a situation we're dealing with personally, and
yeah.
she's done cut it off. I can't. I struggle with that because I can't do that. But it's how we mesh so well, because she walks me through it every night, you know. Point being is, I'm here to tell you, she will cut you off if she thinks you need to be, and there won't be a hesitation. So
no, you got to push me though.
Oh yeah.
But if I see it, and I'm done. Once I'm done, I'm done. That's it. Right. Okay. So,
excuse me.
We need to get to the thing
let me say something before you finish that, please. My biggest thing is that it doesn't. That's not free license for somebody else to say, tag, you're it, and I'm going to poke at you, and I got protection from these guys, because if we see it coming from somebody who we think shouldn't be doing it, that's a problem as well.
Yeah.
It works both ways, because we shouldn't be doing it. We're out of high school. We're out of junior high. We're all adults. Let's act like adults.
Schoolyard crap.
Yeah.
It is schoolyard crap.
Right.
It really is. You know, we are grown-ass adults. Most of us.
Most of us are. Yes.
And the other ones are protected by those of us who are grown-ass adults, and we will swat you on the nose with a newspaper if you misbehave and get out of line and stop behaving like a good human.
In the end, it's all about acting like a good human. It doesn't matter from what angle you're looking at. So, all right, on to other things. Okay. How do we have a fake Christmas?
Okay, so right, let's get on to the fake pictures that we're seeing and all the stuff on Pinterest and Instagram and Facebook and all these prettiness that's got all the doodahs and the juji wads and oh my God, seriously.
Juji wads. I like that word.
Right, so there is a very famous household that comes up every year called, is it the Stewarts? Or something? Something like that. Anyway, last year they had 22-foot twin pine Christmas trees in their living room because they've got like 40-foot ceilings.
Yeah, they must have 20,000 maids and butlers helping them.
Is that realistic for any of us? No.
Oh yeah. You can tell. Look, I got a 22. I can't even point the right way. There's my 22-footer. It's about 14 feet, 16 feet too short, but it's my 22-footer.
Exactly. This year they've gone for 8 Christmas trees, but they've strung them up on the ceiling.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
And you know what? That's great for them.
Wonderful. Pretty. Decorative.
They have the house. They are making use of the space. They are doing the stuff. They have the money. Good for you. Right?
Most of us don't.
Most of us don't. Most of us don't have the money to do the fancy all outside decorating. I have one friend who in Australia who enters the house lights competition every single year to raise money for the SES, which is the State Emergency Service, of which he is a volunteer member of. And they're the guys who are the bushfire brigade, and they do all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
With the natural disaster or national emergency, they are the guys who are going to be there first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he does that. But I've also known him 25 years, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about 25 years. With one blow up at one of those light up Santas in his window, and a couple of little light sets, and that was it. And that's how we started. Right?
But that's different. That's attaining it step by step.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
There are people out there like you and me who every now and again, like, okay, so when Tanny and I got together, I had to leave all my Christmas decorations because I was in a situation where we were being evicted because of behaviors of other people, and I was losing everything. I could only bring what we could fit in the white van, and it had to include the cat and the tumble dryer. So, you know, Christmas decorations had to go, but most of my Christmas decorations that I'd bought at the local charity shop over a good 5-year period.
Right.
So I hadn't bought any. None of my Christmas trees were brand new. None of my decorations were brand new.
Right.
None of them. My friend had bought me a blue blossom Christmas tree, which I'm hopefully picking up from her storage in 2 weeks' time. Anyway, but, you know, but this is stuff that I've collected across years. Okay. There's a lot of people out there who see what people do on Pinterest and think, oh, well, that's the colors for this year. I've got to go and do that.
Right.
No, you don't.
No.
If you have the money to do it, you've been saving up all year and that's what you want to do, and you've got that money and you can do that and have your themed Christmas, go for it. You know, if you've been picking up little bits across the way over the year, you know, from Temu offers, for example, not affiliated, not sponsored, blah, 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 blah. But we all know about them. They're awesome. And, you know, finding wholesalers and stuff and sharing that opportunity with friends of mine so that they could get cheaper stuff. Happy to do that, you know, because it helps all of us.
Well, I showed you Patty's Village last night.
Yeah.
That is something that was started with her mom.
Yeah.
When her mom passed away, it was handed down to Patty. Patty and I have added to it over 20 some years.
Yeah.
And so it's evolved. It's not something we went out last year and said, let's spend $1,000 on building a little city. No. And we couldn't do it that way. It's unrealistic for us to do it that way.
Yeah. The other thing that people don't realize is that a lot of these pictures that you're seeing on Pinterest and Instagram and stuff like that are actually done by professional designers.
Right. Right. Or it's edited pictures.
Yes.
What's the word I'm looking for? Photoshopped.
Yeah. Some of them photoshopped.
Some are.
But, you know, the ones that aren't photoshopped, but there's a lot of them that are done, but this is those people's job.
Right.
Or they have the money to pay someone to do it for them. You know?
I'm not one of them.
I'm not one of them. But I learn from them to do stuff for myself.
Right.
You know? Over the last 4 or 5 years, Tanny and I have been collecting little woodland creatures, and they just every now and again there's another one that pops up on a bookshelf somewhere and all that kind of stuff. And this year I've managed to combine it with my own artwork that I've made in the last couple of years, and a piece of salvaged oak wood, and, you know, bits and gubbins of stuff. Like, okay, I've got to tell you guys this.
Stop the presses.
Yeah, okay. So when I was first living, when I first met Tanny, and I was still living in Australia, there was like a Dollar Tree type shop, like a Poundland type shop that was closing down. Okay, they were closing down. That man got something like 14 bags of stuff for like a $5. Because they just wanted to get rid of it all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So probably I would say 40% of our decorations have come from that. And stuff that we're not even using because there's so much of it. It's stuff for me to do craft work on.
Right.
These. Right? Oh, let's just turn it so you can read it. I have 80 of these. I'm supposed to be painting them and making them look pretty so I can sell them.
Looks pretty white to me.
Well, yeah, but
you started.
I've started it. That paint, I have put that paint on. I've done it very badly though. It's all over the glitter. I should have done the glitter last.
There you go.
Well, but these are the kinds of bargains that you look for, and then if you use the bits that you want to use, and chuck the rest on Facebook Marketplace. Yep. Even if you get like 50p each or a quid each for them, you're already quids in, right?
Right.
And you're helping someone else out because I've seen things like this going for. I saw something similar in Habitat. It was like £25.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah. Yes, that's where the bag of Santa hats came from.
I knew about that.
Yeah. The mini ones. Are you talking about the little ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found those on Facebook Marketplace. A pub had bought them to go on the beer bottles.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah. So there was a pub that had bought them to go on beer bottles, but they were like 2 millimeters, like 1/8 of an inch, too small for the beer bottles. So they had to get rid of them. So it had cost them $50 for the box. I got them for a tenner. But see, I can do crafting stuff with that. Right. I can make use of those, or I can pass them on to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for me, that's the stuff that I look for. There's a lot of blogs out there that actually teach you how to do the professional look on a shoestring.
Yes.
And they're the ones that you really need to be looking for. One of our cheapest decorations I've ever bought, I bought this year. It's a 1 use only. I don't normally get a 1 use only, but I got very excited because I saw this thing and I thought, you know what? That is amazing. And I want to do it just this once to say that I've done it, right? And it's a 76-piece balloon garland. Okay, so it's one of those ones that goes up the wall and then across the wall, right? It's all different.
Okay.
Hello, ban. So we might have a ban. So then I realized when it arrived, I've never made one of these before.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell am I doing? I've never done this. Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to do this? It never occurred to me that I would be able to do this, or I wouldn't be able to do it. I just saw it because it was like under a 10. I think it was like £7, right, for the whole set. And I was like, oh yeah. So I wanted to try it, and suddenly realized, well, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. 20 minutes on YouTube. Can I just say, I probably know how to do that thing 4 different ways.
That's funny.
So it's just about going to places where you can find out how to do this stuff, at the end of the day.
Right.
And learning to do it for yourself if that's what you want to do. Other than that, do you know what? It's not about the trim. It's not about the sparkly things. It's not about all the fancy decorations and all of that stuff. It's about who's in your 4 walls.
Can I tell you something? And it actually, I didn't think about it until you just said what you did.
Yeah.
We were sitting here last night and Isaiah did something he wasn't supposed to. And I said, hey, bud, I said, you need to not do that. And of course it went and went and went and went. Mm. And, he's almost a teenager. So he's there on that verge. Yeah. And He got in trouble the other day, and Patty, just out of the spur of the moment, you don't stop, I'm going to start taking your Christmas presents away, because she didn't know what else to do. Okay,
Yeah.
it wasn't shocking him into stopping doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
And I asked, we got him settled down last night. Anyways, long story short, I got to get to the point. I said, "Why is it when Mom said that the other day, you didn't look surprised by it?" He said, "Take my presents away. I don't care." I said, "Why would you think that way?" He said, "Dad, it's not about the presents. It's about the spirit in my heart that matters."
Oh, little shit hit you in the feels.
I'm doing it right now. I was all watery.
Oh, damn it.
What? You said what? I mean, my sister happened to be sitting here, and she said, "That's the difference between your two kids. You can tell one's listening to you and one's not." So it's like,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? You're an awesome kid.
You are an awesome kid, but it doesn't mean that you don't get to do what you have to do.
Yeah. It didn't change the fact that you still got to stop doing what you were doing.
Yeah. Can you get me a drink of water, darling? Because I actually forgot mine.
Can you give me a double espresso mocha breve, please?
Yeah, sure.
Joking.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
Hi, ma'am. Nice to see you.
Everyone in chat saying hello to you as well.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, he's here. Use him, okay?
Might as well.
So that's the other thing, is that people put a lot of pressure on themselves over the decorations.
They do.
They do. They put a lot of pressure on themselves.
Yes, they do. Don't they, Mother?
Hey, I do a little bit at a time when I want to, but they've got to be finished by the weekend. I've got to cook next week.
Where's your glass?
That's what I mean.
Okay, right.
I don't have a glass. So, you know, and they do put a lot of pressure on themselves. But to me, I like...
Sounds like you do from what your son's saying.
Well, I kind of do.
Yes.
We
all do it. I don't care. I don't care how minimal you do or how maximum you do. We all do it. I get it. You know,
we all do it to some degree. Okay. Right. And there's the, if we don't have a tree, it's not Christmas thing.
Right.
Or if we don't have twinkly lights, it's not Christmas thing.
Right.
Or if we can't have the new matching blah, 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 it's not Christmas kind of thing, you know?
Right.
However, for me, Christmas is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been my thing. I've always gone all out for Christmas, but I've always done it in a way that I could cope with.
Right.
You know, I've always done it in a way that I could financially cope with. And during the year, I tend to make little bits and pieces here and there, when I think about it, to add to what we're doing. You know, or that I can work out a theme for or something like that. Thank you, Bob.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Muchings. Oh, wow, that's so much better. So, you know, I've learned along the way.
Can you fill mine up, please?
You know, but as much as I do a lot of things during the year. Oh my God, where did Tony go?
He went to go make himself a coffee.
Excuse me?
I was just sitting here. I didn't do nothing.
I touch nothing. I have a witness.
I was just sitting here doing absolutely nothing.
I didn't do nothing either.
If you want me to leave, just say I want to be done and move on.
Oh, for the love. Here comes it. Someone's got to be a drama queen at Christmas.
Yeah. Don't talk about Bam like that. He's there right now.
My dude.
If there's anyone who's going to be picking over drama over Christmas, it's definitely not me.
I love that. That's cool.
For me, I don't have a lot of things that I get very, very excited about. I like my books. I like cooking. I like doing all of the things. I like doing the gardening. I like growing food. I like doing all of that. But that is my everyday life.
Right.
I don't have many hobbies. I recently, for the first time ever, have finally an opportunity where I can go and join in with some archaeology, some real, true archaeology here in the city where I live. And that is got to be, for the very first time, a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a hobby before. My only other hobby was Christmas.
Right.
That was my hobby.
But again, you did it in moderation that you could adapt to. Now I'm sure to some degree you spent $10 more one year because there was X, Y, and Z out there that you wanted. You know, I mean, that happens. But you're not spending, you're not saying I want a $2 million Christmas scene put up and going broke doing it. That's the difference. That's what we're talking about.
That's exactly right. And hey,
as in my dead body.
Now, for me, the decorations, for me, it's a part of the magic.
Right.
Now, there's a certain, I mean, as someone who is autistic and has neurodivergence, it's very hard to get my emotions to peak on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that really peaks for me is the look of tinsel and fairy lights and Christmas. And I know that sounds really weird.
No, it doesn't.
But Christmas for me is the biggest dopamine hit that I can get. And that dopamine hit has to last me all the damn year. So up until the next time I can do it. So the longer I can make it last for and the bigger I can make it, the better it's going to be for me. Right.
But I think the honesty is that is, to some degree, that is what it is for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I have to assume that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not big on the whole, what?
Was I a moth in the light in a recent life? Sorry.
What was that?
You beginning. Was I a moth in a recent life?
Oh, I'm with Blue on that. Coloured lights and tinsel. Was I moth in a recent life? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Like me. Yeah. But, I love the whole, maybe it's a throwback to when we were kids and we used to go down Santa's Grotto, right? And they actually put some effort into Santa's Grotto and they shut off an entire part of the department store for 3 months before Christmas while they built this huge thing that you had to walk through and experience, and it was all of that kind of thing, and then Santa was at the end of it and you saw him and it was all exciting and you were so excited that you almost peed your pants, and some kids did, and
now we're all 50 years old and it's not the same. You don't get the same thing typically. No. So the release and the reach out is to that. I mean, it makes sense.
So I want my home.
Exactly. You do the best adaptation you can. For some people, it's their entire yard. For some people, it's their house. Some people, it's their business or their work or whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's trying to put that back together for us.
Yeah.
As we get older.
Absolutely. But it's also doing it like, if you've got to start from nothing, don't expect to have to go and spend 1,500 quid or $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 on a whole house full of decorations.
The best thing you could do is to go on YouTube. How do I make X, Y, and Z Christmas ornament or Christmas decoration? Or I want to add more lights. How do I do it efficiently, economically, whatever? It doesn't matter what you want to do. You can take a minute amount of things and make your house look nice.
2009. I was here for the first time without my kids. And my friend that I was staying with and I, brassic. We did not have a pot to piss in, okay? Seriously, no money at all. And we were going to the food bank, okay, because we literally had nothing. But what we did have was crafting supplies, because I was doing wirework jewelry and animals and all kinds of things. And he made a lot of sort of pipe work and, rope things and all that kind of stuff. So we had a look at what we had. And we found some old rope and some wire. And we're like sitting there going, what are we going to do with this? So we decided to go for a walk. And we started seeing things like going through the parks and things and around the lake, which was around where we lived and stuff like that. We thought, do you know what? We can actually forage some greenery here. And I'll tell you what, it cost us nothing. Nothing. But we had some of the most elaborate, most beautiful decorations that I have ever had.
Yep.
And we spent 3 days working on them.
That is the point we're trying to get to, is just that.
It doesn't have to cost you everything.
No.
You can get the look without destroying your budget.
Right.
If you have a budget.
From my perspective, being a food person, not the food person. Look at what's your cupboard. You got pasta, you got popcorn, you got berries, you got, there's tons. If you're an artsy person and you got paper, you can make a ton of different things in what you have in your house. So instead of using glitter, use oatmeal.
I don't know if that's as far as I want to go. I don't want screws in my house.
You know what I'm saying, though. I mean, there are ways to adapt with what you got. I would not recommend doing that. Disclaimer, okay? It's just a thought process is what I was looking at, okay?
Look at what you have,
Right.
It's looking at what you have and what you can do with it.
Right.
You've got a bit of paint. Anyone else that has some paint?
Yeah.
But you've got some bits and pieces around that you could probably paint up and make pretty cool.
Yeah.
Those of us who are gardeners probably have a few terracotta pots around the place that of various sizes. We used to make Santa Clauses out of them.
Yep.
Snowmen out of them. Yep. They're pretty amazing.
Yep.
Painted up, and they don't have to cost you the earth. It's stuff that you've already got. Do you want to use the pots next year? Probably. Does it matter? Not really.
Yeah. Repaint them again or take the paint off.
Or keep it for next year.
Yeah.
But it's finding a way. Can I just say, Smurfy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what direction chat is at this point. All right. But Smurfy put up a picture the other day in our group, which, by the way, there is a link in the description below to the group on Facebook, of her little Christmas veg decorations that she's just crocheted.
Oh, wow.
Cutest little things on the planet. I love them. They are awesome. Really.
That's cool.
But yeah, what Annette's just said, is it's all too commercialized. And Dawn's just said some expensive decks are actually not made from much. By making your own, you save the planet and get more joy. Absolutely. And he says, I get annoyed when people think that homemade gifts are cheap and tacky. They seem to forget there are things take days, weeks, and months to make. Yes. I saw something today which said in a pair of hand knitted socks, there are 37,500 stitches in a pair of knitted socks.
Wow.
Which means that if someone gave you a pair of hand knitted socks, they thought about you 37,500 times while making those socks.
Yep. That
for every stitch.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, that's, you know, yeah. But it's about using what you've got.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got friends that make stuff, why not support them?
And that's how you reach out and make this expand. Yeah. That's how you do it.
Absolutely. You know, maybe you make something that they really like. Maybe you can work out a barter.
Right.
You know, if you make me this, I'll make you that. You know, doesn't always have to be about money. And that's the point.
Yep.
I have a friend who's actually a professional Christmas decorator. And she is a really good friend. And she's doing it tough like everybody else. But she knows how to do it because that was her job. You know, she worked in a Christmas shop. She knew how to decorate. She knew how to do the things.
Right.
But most of her decorations she made herself.
And that's cool.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And to be honest, it was awesome. Still is. She's using it again this year.
That's cool.
You know? But the point is this. I don't want people to think that if you can't buy a Pinterest Christmas, it's not as good.
Nope.
The whole idea, you know, is that use blogs, vlogs, pictures, memes, all of the stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a jumping off point.
Yep.
As an ideas thing. When did Pinterest become the goal and not the inspiration?
Which is what it really should come down to. It should be the inspiration.
Yeah, because it is. It's the inspiration.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
And Don just said Christmas is what you make it. Make it your own traditions.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Steak, eggs, and chips.
Yeah, which is what we're doing this year. Steak, eggs, and chips.
There you go.
You know, with the trimmings. I'm probably not having the eggs, but I am having the handmade onion rings and stuff. So, you know, because it's what we have. Because, you know, like, yes, Tanny's working. But we don't have it easy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes no one knows about.
Right.
Tony knows about it because I talk to him. He's my mate.
Yes.
You know? Does it mean that I'm going to tell you guys everything? No. I love you, but I ain't telling you everything. And there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
You know?
But I think it ties into what we started this with, the whole thing with today. You don't know what a person's going through. You don't know what their abilities are. You don't know what their expenses are. You don't know what their expenditures are. You don't know what the money is that they're bringing in. You don't know if the family they have or don't have, the friends that they're with or don't with. Don't take it for granted that you can assume another person's situation.
No.
But at the same token, make it the best of what you can. And if you can help them, help them. If you can't, you can't.
Yeah. And if all you can do is share out their posts, if you've got a friend who makes stuff and they're sharing out their stuff, share their post, share their shop, share it with your mates. Right. You know, if that's all you can do that.
I agree.
Okay. You know, if you can buy from them, buy from them. If you can, but don't put yourself into debt to do it. And don't expect mates rates.
Right.
Just because they're your mate, if you're really their friend, don't expect mates rates, because they have to put a certain price on there for their worth and value. Prove that you respect their worth and value by not trying to haggle with them.
I agree.
Oh, far out. Sorry. My voice is starting to fail.
Well, I think we've said what we need to, so it'd be a good point to move on then.
Yes. Okay, so what have we got? Tinfoil makes great baubles, plus the cats love them too. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, I have a little crocheted cheese, which is in Piggle's memory basket. Crying here. Cheese, but lovely thing. Oh. Yeah. I had a picture come up just before of Angel sleeping under the Christmas tree. And it hit me in the feels because, this is our first Christmas without her for, 10 years?
Yeah.
So, and that was her favorite place. She never tried to play with the tree. She wasn't interested in playing in the tree. She just wanted to sleep under it. And she's not there this year, and it just doesn't look right without her there. So I get it, Yes, Donnie, there's always a place for you, my darling. Remember, Christmas Day is just one day. If you struggle, it will pass. Absolutely, it will.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Donnie. That's very sweet of you. Much love and happiness to you too, my darling. Mm-hmm. And he says, listening to all of this has given me a great idea for decorations next year. Exactly.
There you go. There's your one person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's more than one, but,
Yeah. So, over the next week, I will be making videos. I have to hit the ground running with the food next week, let alone anything else. Because this year, our budget for Christmas is basically 50 quid.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have to use everything we've got in the house first.
Right.
And only get little bits and bats as we find that we need them.
Right.
Bam's been really helpful. He got me a pot of Nutella and a packet of phyllo pastry.
And cream.
There you go.
And he got me super glue so I could fix one of the decorations because he's awesome. Those you'll see all of that. But I've put a deadline on getting the decorations done, and that's Sunday. Sorry. Sunday. Because I can't give any more time to it because I've got so much cooking now to do. Right. And I will be going through my versions of the things we find in these, right? Now, these are all the food catalogs for all the different supermarkets. Now, again, these are things to be inspirational. Don't be going and spending £16.50 on luxury vegetables that are being cooked for you when, the Christmas veg down at Aldi is going to be at last year's Christmas prices, which is ridiculous prices, because it's disgusting. To me, it's disgusting. What the supermarkets are charging this year for food is absolutely revolting. Yep. And so I will be going over how to make a lot of the stuff that you can find in the catalogs, but doing it for home because I can't afford to go and get 30, 40 packets of pre-made stuff.
No.
We haven't got the money for that. So, we're going to make it ourselves and see how we go. So I will see you guys over on Tony's channel tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. GMT, which is Friday night for him at what time, sir?
8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
And you know what?
What?
We're putting him under the microscope.
Who?
Mr. Kettle Kitchen is going to be interviewed by us girls. So you don't want to miss this, because we have swapped out some of the questions and he hasn't got a clue what's coming.
Yeah, I'm going to regret all of it, but that's fine. We'll have fun.
All right, guys. So please look after yourselves. Don't put yourselves under too much stress. If you can't do it, don't do it.
Nope.
Simple. It's that simple. If you can't do it, don't do it.
I agree.
You know? And if you want to do it, there's a way around it. But you'll find that way. So find your way through. You got this.
Yep.
We love you guys heaps. We will see you here Friday again next week. This time next week. And I'll be putting out videos during the week next week. We will love you and leave you, and I'll see you over at Tony's tomorrow morning. Okay, see you guys later. Love you. Mwah. Bye.